Are you worried about climate change? Because I am. Floods, fires, things happening in the world right now that seem very, very scary. But there is something that you need to know, and we all need to know in order to change it. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome to Choosing to Connect, a place to love your life by living from love. I'm Tal, I'm a social psychologist and spiritual teacher, and today I want to talk to you about climate change and this very concerning future that we're all heading into, where it doesn't seem like the earth or the environment or nature is going to be very friendly towards us at all. Now, it's getting pretty scary. Sea levels are rising. Animals are beginning to act really weird because they don't have enough food. Floods and fires and all that stuff happening around the world should be making us all very concerned. For many, many years, scientists have been warning that this is coming, but nobody was able to listen or to really understand what it is that we must do. And I think that even today, we don't really know how to stop this or what we have to do. There are all kinds of things that governments and agencies are saying that are important, like reducing our consumption and gas emissions and things like that. But is that really going to be enough? I believe it's not. We have to understand where we're living. We have to understand the system in order to understand what's really happening and how to stop it and how to change it. I want to talk to you about what I believe is the true solution or cure to this situation. So, from the perspective of ancient wisdom and spirituality, here's what's really happening here. We're living in an interconnected system that comprises of 4 levels. We have the inanimate level, the rocks, the lava, the mountains, right, all that. Then we have the vegetative level, the plants, the trees, right, our green lungs. And then we have the animal level with all the animals and the wildlife and that sort of thing. And then we have us, human beings. Okay, these are the 4 levels of nature. Now, the more evolved the level, the more increased its influence on the rest. And so then our level, the human level, is the most evolved and also the most influential on the rest of the system. So we do have this experience that we have as human beings have been the only species on Earth that's really been destroying our habitat and everybody else's. We've been destroying the environment. I think we can all see and feel that because of our egoism, right? I talk about that in the channel. Human nature is egoistic at its core, but it's not supposed to stay that way. It's supposed to shift and transform, and it's supposed to do that right now. And what's been happening is not only have humans been polluting the earth, destroying our resources and so on because of self-interest and private gain, not being able to see the well-being of the whole as our highest goal. It's not just that. It's much deeper than that. You see, this interconnected system isn't just interconnected on the physical external level, it's also interconnected on the inside, on the energetic level, the level of our being, our very being, our thoughts, our intentions, what we want from one another. This is really the core of it. Because as much as we change our external behavior, it's not really gonna put this interconnected system back into balance. What we're seeing right now is a system that is completely out of balance because at its core, on the energetic level, we have been completely throwing it off. Now, what is this energy that human beings are emitting that is completely opposed to the energy of nature? Where nature is completely harmonized, you see every part has its symbiotic place in the system. Like if you look at the human body as a natural system, you see that every part has a role to play, and then there's this higher consciousness uniting it all, and then everything kind of works together beautifully to create a higher level system that works. For us as human beings, when you look at our place in the bigger system, the human, like the bigger body of nature, human beings, the energy of the human species has been like a black hole, I would say, of just taking, wanting, destroying, taking from others, wanting to be the best, wanting to conquer, wanting to rule, wanting to have power over others, wanting everybody to agree with me, wanting to change other people according to what I believe is right. This is our human egoism. This is the energy that we have. And this is the energy and really the influence that we have on all the other levels of nature and the system as a whole. Now, why is it becoming so critical right now? Because this energy, this egoism, this behavior, these tendencies, they've really evolved throughout history. Because when we were, still in cavemen, In those times, our ego was still pretty subtle. We were still kind of animalistic. We were just, getting along, trying to survive. But the more we evolved, the more human beings evolved along history, the bigger the ego has grown, the bigger the individualistic tendencies have grown, and the more disruptive, corrupted, and destructive we've become. And so right now we are like at our peak of egoism and the most imbalanced, the most opposite from the interconnected system. Each person has we're like a whole humanity in ourselves, like a whole world in ourselves, right? We have our own opinions and our own views and our own feelings, and nobody can tell us who we are or what to do. We're very, very individualistic and very disconnected from the bigger context in which we live on an energetic, spiritual level. And so it really comes down to making this shift. If we want nature to relax, if we want nature to come into balance, if you want to see harmony again, it's not going to be about recycling. It's not going to be about preserving energy. It's not going to be any of these green techniques. That's just not going to cut it. What we really, really want to change is ourselves, our egos, the energy that we put out into the world, and that really comes back to us all the time. We want to be putting out an energy of care for others, understanding and a feeling, not just understanding, but a feeling of our interconnectedness, of how we each influence everybody else with our thoughts, intentions, feelings, how we're all completely connected and we're all really one thing. And it doesn't matter if I'm all nice to people on the outside and I'm smiling and I even give gifts or whatever. What matters is my internal attitude, because my internal attitude is really the energy that I'm putting out there and what really influences the field of connection that connects us all between us humans and connects us to nature. So I hope that was clear enough what I tried to convey. This is a very, very, very important message that we all need to be realizing and talking about and transmitting to others, because the more we can make this internal shift in our consciousness, in our interconnectedness, the more we can influence nature for the better and save ourselves from so much suffering. This is very possible. I'm here to talk about it and to do this together with you. Please share your comments and questions in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel to hear about more videos that come out. Like this video so that more people can reach it and hear this message. And let's make this happen together. We have nothing to lose. We only have so very much to gain. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.